Hi, everybody. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Litecoin Lisa. And today we've got Johnny Litecoin, Nana's favorite child, joining us to talk about a little crypto news. There's so much going on in the world and in crypto specifically. So I'm going to scroll through my Twitter feed and get his opinion on a couple of things and make a couple announcements to get you guys all caught up as well. So let us know what you think in the comments. If you're joining us in the live chat, be sure to chime in and give us your thoughts and give us a like on this video and share it out there. Be right back right after this. Hey, Johnny, welcome back to the show.
Hey, Lisa, how are you? How's everybody doing out there?
We are doing well. We're doing well.
Nice.
Like got JB Rants, Tom, Jim Montgomery.
Very nice.
In the chat, in the live chat. Things are crazy. Brad Garlinghouse went on Fox Business. There's been all kinds of movement in the SEC versus Ripple case, and XRP went nuts today after everything tanking after the, what's his name?
Fed.
Powell
came out. Yeah.
Powell came out yesterday. Yep. Put another, 75 basis points on there, which a lot of people were anticipating a full.
At first, the market struck higher with that news. And then once he started speaking, then all of a sudden the markets turned fast. So Bitcoin and Litecoin were up as soon as they announced they were only doing the 75 basis points. And then an hour later, they were crashing back down.
Yeah, it's been really wild watching. And, Uncle Cliff talked about this, that it was going to be really volatile, going into this next time. So everybody be smart about your choices right now.
Yeah, I keep hearing Nana might have referenced it. So I saw somebody was saying something about September 24th. Is that a big date of what might happen?
So, okay, let me just fill you in on some dates because I've been meaning to do this on the show. There's news about a SpaceX launch on the 23rd, which is tomorrow. That's Reggie Middleton's birthday as well. So a little happy birthday early, Reggie. The 25th is Rosh Hashanah, which is also a new moon. The Queen's birthday is 26th. It is rumored by scientists that we could have another Carrington effect event on the 23rd or 24th. And that's from a giant solar flare, which could burn up and melt all the copper lines, kind of like an EMP, causing an EMP, I guess, all over the world and taking out all digital communication or effects, electricity in the US, which is very interesting because I've heard from multiple non-related sources that military has been doing practices, or I don't know what they would be called, in night vision or in the dark or whatever, moving supplies and stuff in the dark. So that was very interesting to me.
What was the time frame on that? Or that was any day?
The Carrington effect thing is supposed to be the 23rd, 24th.
Okay. Wow.
Or a repeat of that, type of solar event.
And it's Carrington effect or carotene, like the hair treatment, carotene?
Carrington.
Oh, Carrington, like the name, like Carrington.
Yeah, it was named after the scientist, I guess, that found it. And it was back when it happened was originally in the 1860s. You can look it up, but it's It's very interesting. And so they're suspecting. And then this morning, right after World Blockchain Roundtable, we kind of all chat a little bit afterwards. And Joe said something about hearing from somebody that I guess Google has, like, just like they have a Google Earth, they have like a Google Sky Map. And there's a part of the Google Sky Map that has that part of the sun blocked out. And people were saying, like, oh, is that why? Because they were trying to prevent people from seeing this possible thing that's already kind of headed our way or happening or whatever. So anticipating that. Of course, my conspiracy mind is, oh, I've been talking about the great hack. I thought they were just going to blame it on Russia because as the dollar dies. So another thing I learned this morning was that last night, our last night, but Japan's yesterday, today is the banking holiday for them. And yesterday, their mint and treasury their government and their treasury got in a fight. And like they caused their yen to just tank. And so their treasury went and dumped a ton of US dollars on the market.
Gotcha.
To get their yen back up.
Okay.
Well, when they did it, they dumped them, and now it's a banking holiday. So that caused their bank didn't do anything about it. So I guess it's the banking against their treasury.
Gotcha.
Their central banks against their treasury. And I guess that's like especially in the Japanese culture, they're very polite. And that's like, it's very unusual for them to be warring like that. They should be waking up pretty soon here.
And they're probably waking up. Usually, like I always say, like when the markets heat up, if it's like right now it's 5:22 Eastern time, 4:22 your time. So like I guess let's go off Eastern time now, 5:22 my time. Usually when it's like 8 p.m. my time, if the markets start heating up, I'm like, oh, it's Asian traders that are moving the market.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're up.
Interesting. Yeah. So we may start seeing some, real moves in the dollar crashing. I don't know. I can't even speculate at this point because I think it's so globally all connected. I don't know. It's going to be like hot potato, like or musical chairs. Who's going to get caught holding the thing,
It's there's a lot. There's a lot that's coming up. I'm curious. So, in order for them to release the CBDC on us, they have to have that Fed now in place. That's like the precursor.
Isn't it already been in place for a while?
No, 2023.
Oh, okay.
So once that's in place, I would guess that within a matter of months, you'll see the release of the CBDC or the beginning stages of the release of it. That would be my guess. Now, when in 2023 is this going to go live? Is it January 1st? Is it June? Is it next September? I don't know. I would tend to think it's early in the year. I would tend to think they're going to move us into this, try to move us into this relatively quick.
I think they're going to try to move us into it really quick as well. If there's some other things happening, here's another one that kind of goes all around those days. September 25th is CSAY Day. Take time to save the day. Suspicious activity reporting phone number. Write this down for wherever you live. If you see something, say something. Like there's all this stuff. There was an article for crisis actors needed in Kansas that was going around. This is epic. This video.
I didn't see that one. Let's play me that one.
Oh my gosh. Let me know if you can hear this one.
Okay.
Interestingly enough, you've actually been here more than Gary Gensler.
Thank you. The gentleman from Michigan, Mr. Huizinga, is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And so to our newbies, welcome. To our frequent flyers, Mr. Scharf, Moynihan, Diamond, and Ms. Frazier. Welcome back. One more punch on the punch card, and I think you get a free cup of coffee. Interestingly enough, you've actually been here more than Gary Gensler has. I wish we would pay as much attention to the actual regulators, and the folks, by the way, who we have constitutional duty to have oversight of, than those that the regulators are supposed to regulate.
Thank you.
Interesting.
So he's calling out Gensler.
He's saying, why don't we have more why aren't we keeping our eyes on people like Gensler?
Like them. Yeah.
Because why did these guys keep showing up? Why is, Jamie Dimon just got in trouble for more trading and whatever, just got another slap on the hand. And there he is.
They
advising
can't.
Congress.
So this would be really simple. The crypto markets would run, or a lot of capital would move back into them if they just came out and said, here's what's clearly a security, and then here's what's considered a commodity, right? They just said that, boom, 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 and decided what was what. You'll see a lot of coins run, or whatever is not deemed a security. But the fact that there's so much opaqueness, and they're like, well, we're not going to say anything, just speculate, just guess. No one knows for sure. So it's, anybody that knows anything knows Litecoin's not a security. But until they designate what is and isn't, it's still speculation, right?
Right.
Even
But
though
it's
we know it's
actually
not.
Congress's place to make the laws. So we need to have Congress make a law about what it is, which they did. They made the Howey test, right? Or did SEC make the Howey test? I'm not sure.
Howey test was, I don't even know if there was an SEC back then.
So then that would have been Congress then. That
Yeah.
was under the securities law, the 1933 securities law. So then
Good laws that the government puts in place that protect we the people, or that help clarify things, are good. That's actually one of the good functions of government. The problem is, instead of having a clean system where that's somewhat easier to do in a more time consistent manner, instead they just create all these new departments and programs, and they just they bloat everything. And then to do the simple things now, it's like, well, this department, this department, this department, this department. And then everything just gets stuck in this whirlwind of crap. And what is this stuff for? So they could, I'm guessing it's just so they can give people jobs. They say, they got a lot of government jobs that are out there, woo, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, here's my question is, why it seems to really, stifle innovation here in the U.S. And what is the motivation of that? I don't understand that.
I don't know why
who benefits from that. Follow the money.
Well, I guess in a way they figure, right? Like I said, the reason I came out so hot last week was in 2017, we had our shot. We really had our shot to get out. We had them caught with their pants down, and they've done nothing but slow this down. And since then, now people might say, no, crypto's grown, the NFTs, this and that. They've taken everyone's eye off the ball, the initial vision of Bitcoin, sound money, all of that, and took you into a whirlwind of all this stuff of DeFi, NFTs, meme coins. Your head's spinning. Now you're like, well, what's any of this backed by? You know what I mean? And that's so, and now they're getting their ducks in a row. They're getting their shit together, and they're ready for us more now. You know what I mean? Now they're like, okay, now you have to go through KYC to do anything. You can't, back in the day, you used to go into Coinbase, buy up to a certain amount, no KYC. I mean, that's the way the monetary system's supposed to work. Unless you're really moving major amounts of money, It's like you go to a casino. You don't go in there and show your ID to play a $20 hand of blackjack. If you win a really big amount, then they say, okay, now we need some identification or whatever. So it's a lot easier to get people started back in the day. Now it's like half the people I say quit before they get going because they're like, well, we don't want to put our information into a app or something. Yeah, you know what? This ain't worth it.
Yeah. To speak to your point, this is the most ridiculous. This is somebody looking, your child just ate their birthday cake, their chocolate birthday cake. They're covered in it. And you're like, what did you just do? And they're like, nothing. Did you just get into the birthday cake? No. This video is the most reverse lie. Like, it's insane to me. We got to hear this.
I'd like to ask about another topic that I've been very focused on, which is the rapid development of digital assets and related financial technology. I believe the United States should lead the development of emerging technologies like distributed ledgers and blockchain, and the federal government should provide the certainty needed for the country to serve as a hub for financial innovation. And I've developed legislation to help define qualified stablecoins, which I know the chairwoman and the ranking member are also working on, and to select the appropriate regulator. I've read that you're a little skeptical of some of these new technologies, but what are the biggest things keeping you from being more active in the space? And do you worry that we would miss the boat and give other nations like China an opportunity to advance their digital currency and other payment systems that could undermine the US dollar? And I'd love to get some of your thoughts on that.
So you have to separate blockchain, which is real, DeFi, which is real, ledgers, tokens that do something and deliver information, money, ideas, simplify, smart contracts. That's one thing. I'm not a skeptic. Okay, I'm a major skeptic on crypto tokens, which you call currency, like Bitcoin. They are decentralized Ponzi schemes, and the notion that's good for anybody is unbelievable. So we sit here in this room and talk about a lot of things, but $2 billion has been lost every year. $30 billion of ransomware, AML, sex trafficking, stealing. It's dangerous. There'd be nothing wrong with the stable coin properly.
Well, stop it real quick.
Money market fund.
He misspoke there. AML is anti-money laundering compliance. Like, what does that even mean? That's what AML means.
That's what I'm saying. He's saying it's like literally think mirror. He's saying everything backwards. He's here in a second. He says they are decentralized Ponzi schemes. There are probably caseloads that could fill my house of literal proven Ponzi schemes done with US dollars. Not with cryptocurrencies, not with Bitcoin.
Right.
That have been proven. He's saying the reverse. He's saying the absolute mirror about what he's saying, how safe his centralized, because, Bitcoin, 2 billion of it has been, 2 million of it has been lost, 2 billion of it, I can't remember what he said. It's $1 trillion. They are so threatened by decentralized, by people being in control. And let's remember, the reason I am so passionate about this, remember what money is. Money is our labor,
right,
in being stored for us to be able to use later. It's a form of slavery for them to control our labor, for them to centralize it.
You know what's been making a lot of sense to people? I've been telling them, what's the difference between $100 bill and a $1 bill? And they say, well, you could buy more things with the $100 bill. I say, you can. I say, but the cost to create it, is there any difference? Or do you think there's any difference in the cost? I was talking to somebody last night. They were like, that's really scary. That now that you phrased it to me that way, they're like, you're right. They already just print as many of these as they want. What's the difference in that and the one? I said, nothing. It's just them telling you this can buy you $100 worth of stuff. The other one could buy you $1 worth of stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's
yeah. Charlie had a Uber ride yesterday, I think it was, and it's a really sweet lady, and she's like, well, our dollar's backed by gold, and he's like, our dollar hasn't been backed by gold since 1971. She about drove off the road. She was like, what?
A lot of people still think that. Yeah. There's people who tell me all the time. They say, well, I can go to the bank and get gold for my dollars. I know that. And I'm like, no, you can't. And, you couldn't even do that prior to 1971. That's what a lot of people say. Well, that ended in 71. It ended more in 33. 71 is when they that was only in that time frame of 33 to 71. It was only countries could redeem for
Oh,
gold
okay.
and all that, because
Interesting.
gold was illegal for citizens to own.
To own, that's right.
So it was silver during that time. Like they had some silver certificates. The coinage was silver, 90% silver during that time. But yeah, there was no
Wow.
gold. So they've really had us off of this for a long. This has been a, this is like a century long, longer than that. The creation of the Federal Reserve was 190 years
1913.
ago, 1913. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this just made me so insane because he's just sitting there blatantly lying. I mean, just chocolate frosting all over his face saying, I didn't eat it. Like,
Properly regulated. Properly regulated. You have some today and they are not. JP Morgan has a JP Morgan. We are a big user of blockchain, has a JP Morgan coin, which is a token, but if you send it to us, we give you a US dollar. It's a dollar deposit.
because he's so
It can
honest.
move just the way cryptocurrency.
And he's not
You're
going to
tout
go,
DeFi though?
he's not going to print, he's not going to derivative or what's it called? Print them, loan them out 10 times for every $1 you give me.
Oh, like fractional reserve.
Fractional reserve with his
And then
diamond coin.
rehypothecation.
Yes. Yeah.
He's did you hear him tout DeFi though? That's because the banks are building software that is a layer on top of DeFi.
But they're calling it DeFi. It's once again, it's not DeFi, it's CeFi, it's centralized
DeFi.
finance.
Exactly. It's
They're lying. They're using the words that do not apply to them.
yeah, it's
Just I'm with you. It makes me insane.
They're
Anyway, it
creeps.
disgusts me. Disgusts me.
Nothing they do ever has our best interests at heart. That's kind of like
Mhm.
I'm actually thinking about having that written on my gravestone. Like I'm that like serious. Nothing they do ever. I'll say when I'm thinking about having two things on my gravestone. It's that line and then a QR code that says scan here for a message from Johnny from beyond.
From beyond.
It's like me red pilling them forever.
Yes, that'd be awesome. You can get a little hologram of you to pop up. We were
Yeah.
talking about that this
Surprise!
morning. World Blockchain Roundtable too. Of an AI of you. Yeah, it just the whole thing is just makes me crazy. But it does feel like it's right here and right now. There's like the Japan thing happening with them dumping the dollars, in that large amount. There's also Ninja put out a great video about the euro crashing. So if Japan and euro are dumping dollars and crashing, I think one time Ninja said we had like about 2 weeks before it hits here. So that puts us right in that October 3rd and 4th, which is what I've been kind of gut thinking. So we'll see. We'll see where we are. And in line with, the Vatican is demanding all liquidity back to them by the 29th. So there's just a lot of things happening right now. So everybody needs to have your assets in your own possession.
Yeah, and you want to know how to use this stuff a little bit too. Like definitely, send a transaction here and there. Sign into your wallets. Make sure you remember the passwords and stuff. And, do a little bit of muscle memory, I guess, with your crypto. Just study
and
up on
places
stuff.
that you shop locally, go talk to them about, go open a wallet now while they're not paranoid and scared. Go to your farmer's market and talk to them about opening a wallet and exchanging in crypto. Make it like Johnny does, just part of your daily life, wherever you are.
100%. You could leave them the Litecoin manifesto, and that kind of just talks about, first line, global elites have a plan that by 2030 you will own nothing and be happy.
Is that on LitecoinTechSupport.com, or is that at
I have
Litecoin?
some other people that actually like Nakamoto Standard. He's the Kyle. He's a good follow on Twitter. He
Oh yeah, okay.
yeah. So he actually took it and made it into a really nice format, and it's like
Cool.
$1 for the download. But he really did a good job with it. You always DM me. I'll just send you a screenshot of what I got. But his is really cool because it's like a nice it's like written out. It's really cool how it is. So I would get some of those printed up. You know what I mean? And
Let me see which one am I. I think it's this one. No, it's not that one. No, it's not that one. Also, Reggie announced, had a big announcement today, and there's, he's announced his lawsuit against CoinDesk and I guess it's against Coinbase. So he said, since CoinDesk and Cointelegraph haven't reported this, we'll break this 179-page Coinbase lawsuit via our social media accounts. There's a whole lot more to follow in terms of analysis and knowledge. Live AMA to follow. Till then, see page 122 page for forensic analysis. So I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more from Reggie about that. And he encourages people to join him on the AMAs, ask questions, and talk to him about these reports. And
hope he gets paid from these guys.
Me too.
Hope he gets paid from these guys.
I think there's a lot of stuff going on. That amicus was received from Judge Torres, approved the amicus in the SEC case from the Digital Commerce Group. And actually, that's been a really interesting if you guys want to go watch, Digital Hustle did a really great short video where he broke down kind of like what's to come in that. Where is it? Also, U.S. banks are coming under scrutiny as lawmakers sought to assert a tougher posture towards China communist government. So this is like, and look whose name is under here: J.P. Morgan Chase and Company.
Yeah, those guys.
Those guys. So there's just a lot of things happening all at once. But this guy is amazing to follow if you're interested in following the XRP case, or not XRP, I'm sorry, this SEC versus Ripple case. James K.
Okay, gotcha.
He is a defense lawyer, former federal prosecutor, and he's just stating the facts.
Gotcha.
Just stating the facts.
Keep your eye out, guys, for a false flag event, though. Keep your eye out for big things to happen that are so unexpected. The stuff they can pull.
Well, there was an explosion in Chicago earlier this week, but nobody really talked about it.
My theory on what's going to happen, what I think is I've talked about it before on the show, but I feel like they're going to use controlled something nuclear. You guys fill in the blanks of what it is, but I think they're going to hit somewhere like Alaska or somewhere like that, where it's they'll say nobody died or something, but this is serious, and everybody back in their try to restrict worldwide movement. We got to know that this is fake when they do it, and that's the thing. They have, I feel like they're setting us up for that right now. They have the boogeyman. They have everything so I'm just trying to. I just say, just keep enjoying yourself until this stuff comes. That's Lisa, you guys do a good job with the meetups and all that.
Yeah, we don't have anything planned right now. I think Westwood's going to do a Westwood weekend the first weekend of October, and that's our anniversary. So we will not be attending, but, and then Jeff and Divvy Daddy are doing a meetup in Texas. So there'll be a meetup opportunity in Dallas, Texas for crypto. There'll be a meetup opportunity at Westwoods for that first weekend in October. If you guys are looking for an opportunity. Sorry. Is it the first weekend? Well, technically it's the first like full weekend in October. It's the 7th and 8th.
Okay, nice.
Or 8th and 9th, I guess. And then, Litecoin Summit's coming up
Yeah, in Vegas.
mid-October in Vegas. Johnny will be speaking. So if you guys can get out to that, definitely go see Johnny there. But be careful where you're traveling. Be smart about it.
I'll be
Know
speaking
where
out
you
there
are.
as long as everything's intact.
Yeah.
Everything's in. No, but I'm
I
definitely.
pulled up Kyle's Twitter page so
So
everybody
go to
can
his
go.
website there. If you click on that Nakamoto standard, you should be able to buy it through there.
Okay. Oh, it takes me to another. I don't know if it'll let me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it won't let me pull it up right now.
But either way, you could DM me. Anybody could DM me. I'll send them the link if they need. Let's hope. Again, I just keep telling everybody, just keep having fun. That's the best thing you could do. Enjoy your friends, enjoy your family. Do some drinking if you're a drinker. Whatever your thing is,
Whatever you need to do.
you don't know when they're gonna mess with us again. So I definitely enjoyed this year. Like I gotta say, like I don't feel as wealthy as I did last year. I feel a lot more poor, but I have enjoyed things not being, nobody talking about masks and medications they want you to take and all that. So it's been that's at least been a sigh of relief.
A sigh of relief. And I will remind everybody, Dr. McDaniel talked about it on Wednesday, how powerful the mind is. And just when you feel yourself getting stressed out, like I had to call my mama yesterday and I just needed a hug, and things get stressful and we get, caught up in it, but you just take a minute and remember, like, we are probably positioned better than most people just by having the knowledge that we do and the community that we do.
Yeah.
And so I'm so grateful for all of you in our community. Happy birthday to Trini.
The knowledge is really important, Lisa. I feel like we're all going to become leaders when this goes down, because certain people are going to rise to the top and certain people are natural born leaders. But if you guys are all armed with this information that nobody else has, you're going to be able to provide clarity to a lot of people during this time when they're like, what's going on? How could they do this and that? Look, I know you got to catch up to speed. We'll give you the 10-minute elevator pitch on it, but here's the deal. So I think there's going to be a lot of people looking to people like us that, hey, you guys know how to use, So again, get your community is really important. Like you always say, Lisa, know your neighbors, get to know that, know the people in your town. So it's it's one thing I like about Jersey. We have a lot of good little towns where it's a lot of people there. Everybody knows everybody. So, the townspeople are very united. Yeah, we're going to need that coming up against when they do something major to us, like Bix always says, the day your debit card doesn't work, the day you don't get your paycheck or your payroll, the day you can't get money out of the ATM or you can't swipe the card somewhere, is the day we all become Americans again. Yeah. And that's the day we kind of put the political stuff behind and say, you know what, we can move forward now, working more together, because it's really us versus them, these globalists and these elites and these bad people. So it's it's
going to be an opportunity for some servant leadership for sure. Yeah. I mean, that's what we're going to be looking at. But I'm excited about it. I mean, it's that whole bet on Main Street. That's where we're going to get back to. I mean, it's going to be the good old days made new. And we're being forced into it. My husband had this really tough conversation with a guy that he used to work with, and the guy was like, "Oh, what do you mean? It's awful on people. Things are so expensive." And he goes, "Yeah, it's a little hard on them. You know, they might have to, think about carpooling to work to save in gas, and not eating out and making a pot roast that your family's gonna all eat for 2 days or something, or turn into a soup afterwards,
Yep,
or
yep.
get together with the neighbors because we went hunting and we're all gonna go in on butchering a cow and sharing it, or whatever
Yeah.
that looks like." But that's the good stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
If we all come to the table again and spend some time looking in each other's face, and as much as I love my magical internet friends, I love you guys. I'm grateful that I met you, but man, I'd love to see you in person and hug your
Right.
neck, and
Because you
even
feel more connected. Like if you know me, Lisa, you met me in the flesh several times, right? And we're not just not a meme on the internet. I mean, if shit went down, if I was like, "Lisa, I gotta get out to Oklahoma," you're gonna be like, "Johnny, come."
come, yeah,
Come. Yeah, exactly. And that's,
bring the whole
we have a
family.
big network of people all over the country. So you don't know what's going to go down where. You might have to call some people up and say, "Hey, I'm coming out to see you. It's not good in my area right
Yeah,
now."
we've
Get out
offered
of
it in the
Dodge, as they
past.
say. But
Yeah,
know your strengths, know your weaknesses, and try to harden yourself up a little bit coming into this. Just know what's coming. Maybe it's one of the reasons I did all that fasting was I'm getting ready for them to kind of try to starve us. Like, so I'm like, I can't be so addicted to all this food I eat, and if I don't have to eat for 1 hour, I'm freaking out, kind of thing,
yeah.
Yeah, Johnny can not eat for a while, and he's ready to get you still. So
Yeah. Jim, we're going to take you up on that. I got it on screen. He says,
we
"Come
are,
to
we
my
are.
ranch."
Yes.
All right, you guys. Well, take care. Take care of yourself. Take care of your neighbor. Pray for our country and the world.
Yes.
It will be a brighter day once we get through this. We're addicted to this stuff that makes us sick. It's not just the sugar and the food, but it's those dirty dollars too. So we'll get through it.
Everything. It's a lot of the new social media, TikTok, all these things. We're just consuming bad. They're getting us on every angle, mentally, physically, emotionally. It's just like they are firing on all cylinders at us. So you gotta start preparing. How are you fighting back against them? How are you fighting back against them? That's the question I leave everyone on. I know this people on this show maybe express this to the people you see. How are you fighting back against them? And that's maybe we'll pick back up on that next week, Lisa.
Absolutely. I'll see you next week, Johnny.
America's not the government, people. The America is you. It is the Grand fucking Canyon, the Rocky Mountains, the deserts of the Southwest, the Pacific fucking Ocean, the Atlantic fucking Ocean. It is the grandest continent. And what the fuck have you people done? You have turned yourself into sheep, every goddamn one of you.